So since this week's episode was a Rusical, what can you say was your favorite Rusical in Drag Race history, Maya?
Actually, and this might be a hot topic, a hot take. I don't like musicals. I never liked the musical
Oh,
episode. I'm just like,
okay. Well,
it's not
Jamie,
for
do
me.
you have a favorite?
So
I wasn't expecting that.
I don't know if it qualifies as a rusical, but I like the Read You Wrote You, which is technically like the finale song that they
That is
did
not
at
a
All Stars
Rusical.
with Katya.
That is a finale.
I love that
Okay,
because
let
I
me
kind
answer
of
the
Oh, I
with
question.
Maya.
love Regina.
Let me
I'm
answer the
kind of with
question.
Maya. Like sometimes
No,
the rusicals are really kind of cheesy, and
they
I'm like,
can
I
be,
don't
but
know
there's
why
been
this became
some
a
good
thing.
ones. I'm gonna say my favorite was either the Kardashians or
Courtney.
I really like the Cher one. Okay, so yeah,
Oh yeah.
that is an example of
The
a
Madonna one
Rusical.
was cute.
The
The Madonna
Madonna
one
one
was cute.
was cute,
The
very
Madonna
much
one was
so.
cute.
Yeah.
So you know I got to lean in.
What's up, everybody? It's me again. It's time to lean in, bitch. We're here for RuPaul's Drag Race, season 14, episode 12. I think I don't know what episode is this, child. This season was going so long. We started so long ago, and here we are. We're not even at the top 5. So I'm here
Right.
with Maya and Jamie, who is our not a special guest to the lean, but a special guest to this particular show. He watches the
Yes.
show. So I said, let me get him to lean in on this particular episode. Jamie, how you doing today?
I'm good. It's beautiful weather here in Texas, but my allergies, ever since them tornadoes tried to wipe us out last week, I've been
Mm,
fighting for my life with these allergies. So
okay.
sorry.
That's okay. You have time to meet Maya. How you doing today?
I'm great. I'm so excited to be here talking about the show today. Let's get into it.
You
It
look
was a
gorgeous,
really,
Maya.
really, really,
Thank
really good
you.
episode. I will
It
say
was.
it was probably one of not I ain't gonna say the best, but one of the best in terms of like drama and just overall the challenge was well. Like we said in the intro, this is the Rusical, and both of you guys both kind of say I don't care for the damn Rusical. I'm like, God damn, I love the Rusicals. Like I said, those are some of my favorites. I mentioned the Kardashians, and then you said Madonna. That was a good one, but there was one in season. I think whichever season had Bendela Creme, that was a really good one. With
Okay.
6 or
I think
7?
it was 6. It wasn't 7. It wasn't. I think it was
Six.
6. Bendela Creme
No,
and what's it? It was
5.
6.
Because
It was 6. It was 6.
was it that long ago? Because 7
I
was the
promise you
Katya
it was
one.
6. I know my her.
Yeah, 7 was Katya.
Okay.
But yeah, that's it with her and Courtney. What's her name? Courtney.
And Adore.
Courtney Act.
Courtney Act.
Courtney and
That
Adore.
musical was a really good musical.
Oh,
Okay, yeah.
that
Okay,
was
okay.
decent.
Oh
It
my
was
god.
decent.
Well,
That's
anyway.
what she's giving you. Decent. That's what
I'm
she's
curious to know. I'm glad that y'all have a different opinion because it's going to make for a good show. Because I'm curious to know
getting.
what y'all thought about this musical because this is this episode. Before we get into it, of course, if you're watching right now, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. To support the channel, hit the thumbs up, hit the like button, support, and we'll be here for the rest of the
Period.
season for as long as it's going, child. I hope it ends. I ain't say I hope it ends soon, but I just want to get to a winner. But yeah. So last week we had the lip sync SmackDown, Lollapalooza, whatever they call it, and Jasmine Kennedy did go home. And Jamie, you weren't here, so I want to get your thoughts on what you thought about just her going home, and the whole, just like a quick thought of the entire episode last week, the lip syncs and everything. What were your thoughts?
I really liked it. I mean, obviously, we talked about it in the group chat, but after last week's episode, you cannot tell anybody who has ever watched Drag Race that the winner has already been determined. Because you're not going to sit there and tell me that
Yeah.
Dia Betty beat out Jasmine in that lip sync. Like, I will just never. You're a liar, and you're living.
You
in
don't think
fantasy
she won?
Oh no! Jasmine whooped Dia Betty's ass in that lip sync.
Ooh.
Mopped the floor with that bitch.
No way.
I was sad to see. I was sad. Yes, we're gonna argue about it today. I was sad to see Jasmine go, but her time on the show had it run its course. Like where she was with her drag in comparison. Yeah, it was her time. But Dia Betty should have gone home before her.
Okay. I'm glad we
Okay.
had you this time. Listen. I love all opinions. That is a great opinion. I don't know if it's a valid one, but
I
hey,
hate y'all. Y'all ain't gonna bully me today.
okay. So Jasmine went home, and in this week's episode, like I said, we have the Rusical, and the Rusical is Moulin Rouge, which is based off of Moulin Rouge. The actual musical for that. So I was excited to see what they were going to be giving. I'm not just the biggest fan of Moulin Rouge, but I know it's a big thing. I do enjoy. I mean, I'm not. I mean, it's great, but I'm just not the biggest fan of it, honestly. Now, I did like the song with
I
Pink
love
and
the
all the
song.
girls, but as far as the play and the musical itself, I'm not the biggest fan. I don't know that much about it. I didn't study it.
I've never seen it. So.
Yeah, correct. So I don't know who's saltine. Only saltine I know is crap.
So y'all,
okay.
so y'all formulated uneducated opinions just on the show,
Oh,
wrong, and uninformed.
No,
Wrong and
we just saying that
uninformed.
that's not about it. But on this week's episode, there is no mini challenge. They actually have to decide on the roles. It's 7 girls, and this is like the second time where they've had to make a decision where somebody has to choose. They want to choose the role, so they all kind of pick. I guess they pick like 2 of their favorites or whatever. I think at first Georges and Juria had a clashing, I believe, but it wasn't that much into it. I mean, and Juria kind of took the back seat and just took the other role. But my thing is, once you find out what the roles are, I don't know why them girls was fighting over them roles because they really want. We're gonna talk about it some more. But the biggest issue came between Bosco and Lady Camden, and this is where I start to see, like, I feel like Bosco is really trying to. Maybe I feel like after last week's episode, I feel like she's kind of defeated. I feel like she's in her head to where she feels like she needs to prove herself, and the competition's kind of getting to her to where she felt like. Because I don't think she's a mean person or nasty girl, but she was giving very diabetic to me. Like, I understand stand your ground, but I feel personally you can stand your ground, but you don't have to put the other person down. And I think that's what she kind of was doing. And personally, it just kind of turned me off. What were y'all thoughts on this whole back and forth between Lady Camden? Because basically, Lady Camden felt like she should have got it because she was more emotional or even sexual or whatever. No, emotional because of the lip sync last week. And I was like, okay, sure. But then they also felt like the role had a sexual side too. And so that's what Bosco says she gave. They wanted to. I think how they wanted to decide, but
they were going to flip a coin.
Like flip a coin.
Lady Camden said flip a coin, which I thought was fair. But Bosco said, "Well, let's let everybody else vote," and I'm like, So, what were y'all thoughts? Starting with you, Jaden.
So I don't think Bosco is a vicious person. Like you said, I feel like she's defeated. And you know that analogy, like when you back like a desperate animal into a corner, they're just going to like start lashing out to try to get. That's what she was doing. Like, I think she knew after losing 3 times, she was like, well, I'm so desperate to show that I need to be here. And unfortunately, she really lashed out. That was a nasty spirit. And she lashed out at Camden, who is like literally the nicest person there, the most amiable person there. And it was not a good look at all. Like, I can understand being assertive and being just nasty. And she was definitely nasty a little bit. A lot of it.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Like, she was just so rude and nasty for no reason. And I get, like, you want this role, you're not willing to back down because you're at a point where you're no longer really seen as like the front runner of the competition. You had a really big struggle last week. You were 2 seconds from going home. So I get that, like, wanting to get the role that you want to be able to prove yourself, and it's a role that you think you can excel at, because they did make a good point where they said Camden could do both, Bosco cannot. So I get it, but she did too much for me. Like, the way she was lashing out and like all the little sideways comments she was making at Camden, it was so unnecessary, and it rubbed me the wrong way.
I was surprised that. So this is where it got a little cringy to me, because she said, let's do a vote. It's almost like she felt like she was the more popular person, because she felt very confident in saying that let's do a vote because a vote would assure her the win. Now, the vote went in her favor, but first of
Barely.
all, I'm gonna say Daya Betty
Barely.
is messy. Daya Betty, I think
She
Daya Betty
is
wanted to
messy.
say
Oh, she's so
Camden.
messy.
I
I
think she
love
wanted to
it.
say Camden, but she said Bosco just to make it a tie so that it would leave Willow to make the vote.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
Willow, being so, what am I gonna do? I'm so nice. She just kind of went for Bosco because I feel like she's more like, I don't know. I really thought that the popular vote would go to Camden just because she's like this nice, she's the sweetest, and Bosco hasn't done anything to me, but I feel like Camden is like the miscongeniality at this point of the season. You know what I'm saying? She gives that. So I thought that, but it didn't. It went to Bosco and Camden. First thing Camden said was, fuck all y'all.
Yeah, I was right
I
there
was
with her.
like, you know what? I hope she eats this part because I understand like it's gonna happen to where you don't get what you want. And there's no fair way to say it, but I feel like by Bosco asking for a vote, she kind of took a very mean girl stance. That's what
Yeah.
She
She
is like
did.
very confident and cocky. And I wish it would have backfired, but it didn't. Well, it kind of would have, but Daya Betty on the other end, who feels like, she feels like her way is always the right way, got into Bosco's head and made her feel like she was on the right thing. But yeah, you had girls like Georges who didn't like it, Deja didn't like it. They were turned off from it, and it comes out later. But yeah, so
I think that really kind of showed that this most recent season and a lot of the seasons prior, the queens genuinely are becoming friends and they don't want to hurt each other's feelings. Had this been back in season 5 or 6, those bitches would have sided with Lady Camden strictly to get what's her name? Bosco, the role that they knew she was going to struggle in to guarantee that she would have got sent home. Yeah. Like those bitches would have plotted to get her the fuck out.
You know what?
Of
I was also surprised.
Now everybody's nice.
I was also surprised that they didn't give what's her name any kind of like power, but I guess she was safe last week, from winning the snatch game.
Deja.
But Deja, she said that. Listen, She said she wasn't. She said she had to take a backseat last time. She wasn't doing it. So I was like, I that makes sense. It makes sense to me.
Yeah.
But I think, Deja went about it like there is a thing that said, look, this is what I've done consistently over the last couple of weeks. I've taken a back seat. I've allowed you guys to do it. I'm going to stand my ground. This is what I want. Yeah. And I think they have people respect her enough. And also she didn't want a part that really anybody else wanted. So, I don't think anybody was going to argue with her. I think with what's her name, Bosco, it was that you could have said, this is what I want. I have to prove myself. I know I can do this. And, you can want all those lines all you want. You're not going to get it. That's what is like, oh, girl, all this huffing and puffing and you still didn't do it. You thought you were going to give sex and you gave boring. I don't know what to tell you.
Exactly. Very much so. So let's talk about the actual challenge and just that and then the critiques of it. And we'll get to the runways afterwards. So as we said, it was Moulin Rouge. And the challenge actually turned out to be really good. I really enjoyed, what I'm saying? I feel like nobody did awful. Like we've seen some people bomb these challenges, what I'm saying? Like I remember Asia O'Hara did really bad in her challenge. What's that child's name that did? And I think Madonna was okay, but I feel like what was her name? Britta was like kind of. You can tell like it was some people that were like in the end. But in this one, I didn't really know how it was going to go. I feel like some are going to get judged and others, but I really feel, although the judges felt differently, that the 4 starting girls, which is Injuria, Deja, Daya, and Georges, I thought they did really well to have parts that weren't in the front, So I was surprised they got the critiques they did. Lady Camden did really well. I do think Bosco would have probably did really good with that role, and she could have been more of Bosco, which is what she actually was as Saltine. You know what I'm saying? Because this role didn't really require a specific character. You can kind of do what you wanted to do with this ringmaster role, but Saltine was a specific character, and I think Bosco would have probably done much better with it. And then Willow had this role, and they lived for this role, but I didn't really live for it. It was kind of corny to me. And I thought she looked kind of awkward doing the choreography. I mean, she had it, but she just looked like I don't know. What's your thoughts, Maya, on the whole thing? And who was your favorite?
Oh, well, first and foremost, favorite Camden, without a doubt. Like, soon as she came out, she stole the scene from me. I immediately looked at her the entire time. She was so animated, and she just portrayed that character that she made so well. Like, just very kooky, very campy. She was hitting the choreography. She gave it for me. So she, without a doubt, was my favorite.
Okay.
When it came to everybody else, though, something was a little off. Like with Willow, I noticed a lot with her. Her face is very blank. Like, she's not like how Camden is making all these facial expressions. It's just very animated with her body and the way that she's doing things. Willow is just very blank face. So is George's. Like, for example, with Willow, I liked her stuff, her little choreography, but I felt like it was supposed to be, like, if you're supposed to be a hallucination and you just dancing, I wanted more. I wanted it to be bigger, more dramatic, like you would think if you're actually hallucinating. And then with George's, of course, she could dance. She's amazing always. But her face is just so plain. And I noticed that a lot. Like, even I saw her perform this past Monday at Mickey's. Same thing. Like, she's dancing the house down, but her face, she doesn't know how to connect words with dancing. And that always takes me out of a performance.
That's so spot on. That is so spot on. And, you know, I have that critique of a lot of the queens over the years. There are queens that you can tell, like Camden. Camden reminds me a lot of what's her name? The ball queen that did the Whitney Houston.
Oh, Sasha Velour.
Sasha Velour.
Yeah.
When they get on stage, it's like they're giving a whole performance from the face to they're in it. And you can always tell, like, a theater kid or somebody who is at home acting versus just a pretty girl who gets up and dances and can't convey any kind of connection or emotion. And as much as I love George's, you've seen that consistently every time she gets up and lip syncs, she tears the stage up, but there is just like this that I can't connect with you. I'm not conveying emotion. And I caught that a lot with Willow. I wanted it too. You're a hallucination. Get in, be campy. Like, you're supposed to be increasing the energy.
I mean, it's like she just, I appreciate the choreography, but it was just like it was very stiff to me for one. And I don't know, to see that choreography like 3 times, I think it really, it was able to allow me to see that I really wasn't enjoying it. Because the first time she did it once, I'd have been like, sure, okay. But then I saw it again, and I saw it again the third time. Like, the more I watched, I'm like, this is boring.
Like, her character was supposed to be conveying escalated annoyance every time she had to do this. And it was just like,
it wasn't
I'm just gonna speed up. Your face needs to be like, bitch, you ain't listening to me.
I wouldn't hear
yes,
but
exactly.
I agree with you, Cortez. Nobody did bad, but you are at the point of the competition where you have to nitpick. There were people that didn't do as good. Like, when you've got Lady Camden out here fucking selling it every time she's on there, I can see some of the critiques.
So
Georges was good in her part.
So I think we all agree that Camden. Give me one more person that stood out to you, Jamie.
So it was Camden, and then honestly, when Deja had her solo, I was like, yes, bitch, okay, because she was selling it. Her face was like giving it. She was like, this is it. This is my time. I want to say also Ingeria, but she looked terrified the entire time. I didn't even,
you know what? If she didn't have on purple, if she didn't wear purple, I would have never known she was there. Not
and I love Angeria, but I was
love
like,
her.
She did not stand out. She looked like she was in her head a lot, and I felt bad for her. But I think it was Deja. Deja for me.
I agree. Deja was I thought
for sure.
Because I think she had Lil Kim's part. And
she was a rapper.
She had the chain with the men, and she walked that. Like, my thing is, they was hitting that fucking choreography. Like, I was they all were hitting it. Like, I was very surprised. I'm not saying, because Deja is a cheer coach, but she was hitting choreography. Most people, when you do cheer, you have a very
staccato,
very stiff. Oh, baby, she was.
I
was with it. So, I don't know. I got my life from it.
Diabetes, we don't. I don't care. I don't care for Diabetes, but Dia surprised me during this. I was like, I can't even say nothing bad.
Dia has been doing consistent.
Fuck her.
She has been doing well in the challenges. I mean, let's just be honest. Like, you cannot like her as her personality, but as far as in these challenges, she's not falling behind. She's not. She's not at the bottom. I mean, it's unfortunate that she just has the worst attitude, but hey, here's what it is. Okay, so let's talk about these runways, because the runways actually will show why the results where they were.
Woo, this runway.
And we're gonna start with the worst
Baby.
today. Because
Oh,
I
it's
just
a
gotta start with
struggle.
no, I'm gonna start with some positivity. I'm gonna start with some positivity, child. Okay, let's start with Diabetes. Oh, not Diabetes.
Wow.
Let's start with Willow.
Wow.
Now, personally, I'm going to boot this because I am tired of Willow she does the assignment sometimes, but she always misses the mark. And when I think of,
Just
first
like
of all, the
my
category is mirror on the wall. And if you haven't noticed, there are some mirrors here made by me. And since these girls just were metallic, I just put some metallic on too. But here's my mirror if you want to see it. But I don't think this is like mirrors. It's just metallic, and it's more Tin Man. And I don't understand what these fireworks got to do with mirrors. But that's just me. Thoughts on Jamie? Go ahead, Jamie.
I think if the little fireworks in the back had been reflective and been mirrors, I would have been like, okay, like you barely got the assignment, but you got it. It looked like a 4th of July, like 1970s rocker kind of thing.
Yeah.
I didn't understand it. She looked good. It was cute, but I was like, what does this have to do with anything?
Maya?
Yeah, it's okay. Well, let me start by saying everybody missed the mark for me. Like nobody really gave for me. But I just like Willow. I like the outfit itself. So kind of taking the aspect of nobody really hit the mark. This was cute. It was cute. So it had nothing to do with the theme, but it was cute.
At all. It was a cute outfit.
No, it was a cute outfit, but runway, she was not.
If I had to guess the challenge from this outfit, backyard barbecue.
Oh, right.
I would say Tin Man. I would say Tin Man. Like Tin Man. I wouldn't think mirror.
Right. Metallics on the runway, something.
All right, so Algeria.
Oh, I love this outfit. It again, doesn't have anything to do with the challenge, but this outfit was it.
I know what she was trying to do. I know, and I want to toot because I know what, like, I know what
the
she was
blue
trying
threw
to
it
do.
off.
But
it could have just been actual mirror.
It should have been mirrors. Like I like this, but it should have been mirrors. That's just.
But she looked fucking good. I love this outfit. Nothing to do with mirrors.
It's definitely one of she's giving us a few looks that I really like. This is probably one of her favorites and one of my favorites of the season. But runway wise, meh. It's not meh. It's just not mirrors. That's all.
It's not mirrors.
Okay, Diabetes.
Oh, girl. Loved this. I love it.
I like this. I'm tired of seeing the same look from her. Like if I see these combat boots again and this little mullet, I'm gonna be mad again. I'm tired of I know this is her drag, but just like if we can't sit here and tell Bosco to stop wearing bra and panty, and even though she wearing different outfits, right? Like Dia is, but it's still the same aesthetic, silhouette, body, face, hair. It's the same thing to me. So I just want to see something different. But I did like it, and the judges said they like it too.
Yeah, I get that a lot because I love the outfit. I love the kiss reference, but I do understand what you're saying with that, where it's like it all looks the same. Like she hasn't really switched. It's not the exact same thing, but the aesthetic. But
it's always gonna be a mullet. It's always gonna be some combat boots.
She just gave us not mullets.
Okay.
If we can read Latrice Royale for wearing those same little half thigh little boots for 6 episodes back in All Stars, we can tell Diabetes to get herself a heel. Not a boot.
Well, I mean, let's think about it. She was in the bottom one time because of them boots. Don't forget.
Thank God.
I mean, she was when she had the army little shoulder pad look. They put her in the bottom. Just saying. But
they told Crystal Method to switch up her makeup and hair.
You said what?
They told Crystal Method to switch up her makeup and her hair on her season.
Well, hopefully, Dia next episode.
We're on episode 25.
Put her in the bottom so we can
get rid of her.
But I did like it. I do feel like it's more mirrored. It's more mirrored than anything that I've seen than most of the outfits. So I'll take it.
It's at least reflective.
Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about this tragic mess. First of all, it ain't mirrored. It's really like metallic, like girl.
Very Tin Man.
Very Tin Man. Another Tin Man toucan outfit on the runway. boot. I don't know. I feel like she bought this corset in about 5 colors, and she's worn the
In
black
bulk.
one 3 times, and this is the silver. So she bought it in 2 colors. And I'm just glad that they read her ass about this look and this silhouette, because this is my thing is Bosco, for her to be a previous front runner and she wants to do better. She wants to fight for the parts. I think she needs to fight for some new looks, because this is this is the 4th week in a row.
Yeah.
In a row. And I just do
In
not
a row.
understand this. Like, we're on season 14. How do queens still prepare to go on this show with multiples of the exact same outfit? Like,
We've seen
how is that
a lot
even
of
still a
Tin
thought
Man.
process?
We've seen much better Tin Mans.
Even Vanjie, when all she wore was a little bathing suit, that shit
Yes.
was stoned and gorgeous and embellished. Like, she literally is wearing a corset from
And a
Amazon.
bra and panties.
This is
And a
I
bra
have
and
I have
panties.
this corset. I have it. Yes.
Bitch, I hate you.
I'm not lying. I have it. It comes with the corset, comes with the little panties. I have the whole set.
Not a set. Come on, Valentine's Day.
No, it was for a dungeon party.
Okay, Candy. Sex joke.
Yeah, we all agree on a boot with this. Move
I just don't
along.
get it.
Lady Camden. Now I like this, but I wasn't in love. I think she did the assignment. I think she probably was she looked the most expensive than anybody, and she actually had mirrors, so I will take it. It's not, I don't love it, but I like it enough to be like, it's a toot.
Her makeup and stuff, it almost looks like it would have been better in a theme that had something to do with like winter or Frozen or something.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It was a cute outfit. Yeah, yes, something like that. It almost didn't fit her that great. To me, it was a little bit.
I wish it wasn't pants. The pants is where I was like, oh,
yeah. That, because the pants were boring. Everything was embellished and stuff from the waist up, and the pants were just like white pleather.
And I'm surprised
like,
that usually they don't like pants on the runway. Pants on the runway can be a no. But I guess compared to what they saw, okay, we'll take it.
Because this is the actual only mirrors on here.
Correct.
And I don't know if this is just me. I hate the hat. It's driving me crazy.
It seems out of place with the outfit.
No,
it just looks, because it's given to me. No, like, she gives me like fairy godmother in this. Yeah. And I wish she had like a cute hair.
Yes, that's what's missing. Hair.
Like a cute, like one of those like cute, like curly updos. The hat, it's a no. I hate the hat. She should have put all that mirror that's on the hat on the pants.
Look, yeah. Do you remember Nene's wig when she came and she took the helmet off and the hair was going back like the Bride of Frankenstein? Like, if she had a wig that was curly going back, like out of the little headpiece, that would have been cute. Something dramatic, but just the headpiece, I'm like, oh. Okay.
Well, hopefully she's looking at y'all by giving hair, but
she won't be. She would ignore us.
About Miss Georgia, she said she's giving Cardi B. Now I'm gonna say,
I love this outfit.
She's shining, she's glistening, but
it's not mirror.
It's not mirror. No,
it's not mirror at all. But my God, this outfit is gorgeous. Like, her face, her hair. I love this.
I like the hair. I like the little hair effect. That's some nice little hair. It's like it's supposed to be a wet illusion. I like it. I do wish she would come on the runway and just walk. She always got to dance. I'm like, girl, stop. It's not always a party.
That's how she's selling.
That's how she's selling. She's a little cha-cha.
She's very much cha-cha.
My only critique about this is because she's about 4'8", and I feel like because the dress, she's tiny, and the dress cuts off at her thigh, and the boots literally cut off right at the dress, and it makes her like look squished. I wish we could have seen a little more like gap in between the dress and the boot. It's all really, really together. Yeah. But I mean,
I do have to give her props, because this is the first time she hasn't worn a bra and panty on the runway. Ooh, so shout out to her.
I'm not giving her props for finally wearing something different, especially when it's different and it's just okay.
Stop.
I love it. I live for the boot. I love a thigh-high boot. I loved the matching gloves. Like, I want that set. But the dress with the boots, it didn't do it for me. Really, this was the time she should have worn a damn bra and panty, because this was like a bodysuit with the boots.
Well, you know what? She already wore mirrors. Remember, her J-Lo outfit was mirrors.
Mm-hmm.
She could have wore
Was
that.
it?
She was.
Well,
It was mirrored. It was the mirror little thing she put on there. She used mirrors
mm.
instead of what J-Lo used. So, all right. Last but not least,
Ah.
Oh
last, no,
Oh,
God.
sorry. Last and
Oh.
least,
Oh.
this. So
Lord.
I'm gonna say this.
I just
This is
no.
my thing with Deja. Deja is, like I said in the group chat, Jamie. She is the epitome of just because you can sew and make your own clothes does not mean that you don't need to possibly looking to find somebody else to make your shit, because
Or
she
collaborate with somebody.
does not have she does not know what works for her, and she also don't know what works for, I don't know, style in general, because she lacks it.
Oh,
I don't know what she thought this was gonna be given, but it just looked really bad. The whole concept was bad. It's like paper mache mixed with like a nightgown, and then she tried to make a mirror with this Burger King looking hat crown thing.
That
It
crown
was
is
just really,
horrific.
really awful. I don't know where she was going, but from the moment she came out, I just knew it was awful. So yeah, any
I feel
this
so
thoughts?
was
bad.
a mess. I don't understand what she was thinking. Putting this on. It
She
looked
needs,
horrible.
she needs somebody to make her stuff. She coming for All Stars or something like that,
She
because
need a stylist or
yeah,
something.
Yeah.
Cause
yeah.
this
It just looks
no.
unfinished. It looks like she made it and then it was
Just
like,
before
well,
she
I don't
came
know
out,
what. Yeah. So like the hat, what?
she looked
And
like a clown.
huh?
Look at her face right here in the right. It's giving clown.
Stuff.
It is.
Like
It's
with the
just
hat, like there's nothing reflective about it. It's rainbow essentially. Like I'm so like if you take the hat off, I'm not exactly mad at the dress,
It's giving
but it's just
Frozen.
like you're not. Yes, but you're. Where's the
But keep
reflection?
Frozen.
Where's the sparkle? Where's the anything? Like I feel so bad because I love Deja so much, but this was just
Yeah.
like, oh baby, oh
this
you
was
you didn't ask anybody for input before you came here. You
Yeah,
didn't ask
clearly she
anybody
didn't.
for input.
And so we get to the critiques and everything like that, and they ask the infamous question: who should be at the bottom?
Ooh, this is a juicy
Of
one too. I
course,
live.
Lady Camden's first response is Bosco, because they had already said that Bosco did not do well. They felt like Bosco didn't do well. Everybody said Bosco. Bosco said George's, and but Bosco was second. So when it came to George's, well, Bosco's response was that she says George's because George's has been in the bottom, more than anybody. And George's said, well, if we want to talk about track record, Bosco was in the bottom 3 times in one episode. And I said, oh,
I live.
I'm
I
gonna
was
say
like, go
this.
ahead,
People
Georgia.
online were like saying, I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, it's not supposed to be literal, because yes, it was a lip sync episode, but the point she's trying to make is, girl, you had to lip sync 3 times. You were in that episode, you were the bottom. It's true.
You lost every
Georgia
time.
has been in the bottom the most outside of that episode, but if you count them all, she said her read landed for me. So
I live.
Well, so that little soundbite was good, but what really got me was Georgia went in, said she fought, she was nasty, she had an attitude trying to get this part, and came out here and did nothing. And
Deja said, and so
I said, "That's girl, she ain't lying. You can be cute and get little reads in, but here's the facts: you did not do anything with what you fought."
Right.
Well,
You were so nasty.
They made it. Bosco made it really easy for them all to say her, because they all saw that she fought for that part, and that's just kind of what happens when you fight for a part and you don't do well, especially if you kind of like go about it in a kind of a mean way. They're gonna.
She had the worst critiques. You weren't even middle. You were the middle in the performance.
Worst.
You said, so you done cussed somebody out, chewed everybody out. That nasty and bottom,
and then had the nerve to come wearing the same outfit for the 4th week
bottom.
in a row.
I will say I am very surprised that Bosco held it together in Untucked and back in the workroom, wherever they was at, because usually when this happens, that queen that gets pounded on, she goes off and she breaks down. Now I do feel like there is a breakdown coming of Bosco. I feel like there's a moment where she's, because I know it's definitely getting to her. She ends up in the bottom with George's, and I don't know if I would have put George's in the bottom personally, but I guess they had to put somebody down there.
So.
Honestly, I guess, and then it made sense for the little kind of storyline too. But they had to lip sync to Heartbreak Hotel with some
And
little.
Georgia ate her to fuck up.
She did eat her up, and
Ate her up.
where I thought it went really crazy was because Bosco was trying to keep up. She didn't took her little metal piece off and her little blonde little pixie cut but it felt like she was kind of like so desperate to win because she was like just doing anything. She was just moving and doing anything and trying to give emotion. But at the end of the day, Georges wins, which I'm like, oh yes. But then I forgot about this fucking chocolate. So here we are, and she opens her damn chocolate, and it's gold. So Bosco ain't going home. Ain't nobody going home. I'm not gonna say I was just excited for Bosco to go home, but her going home would have really made me feel like, damn, who's gonna win this damn season? Because you feel like anybody's game. But the fact that they kept her there is one thing. And also, if you did notice, Bosco did kind of call out the favoritism that Georges gets. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the biggest Georges fan like that. I think she should have been gone a long time ago, but she's still there. And in this episode, I kind of started to live for her a little bit, not for her to stay, just because, you know, I like the way that she handled that and then came out on top, you know. Now, if that's gonna happen next time, I don't know. I don't think she's gonna be good in next episode with the roast. I don't think she's a very charismatic girl.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. She dragged Bosco on that stage. She
about to say after.
Yeah, but that's facts though. You got to think about with a roast. You got to think of like
you got to be funny. You got to
be funny. You got to think of an entire show and less of just like facts of going at somebody in a shady way. So I don't know.
I will say, Miss Georges in this little remix during the lip sync, she had her face together. She was conveying a little emotion. She was trying to tell a little story.
This much.
So she growing.
Right.
She's growing.
Not really.
Shut up.
Growing to do.
Yeah.
Georges got 1 or 2 episodes left in her. Like, I love my girl, but she come to the end of the road.
Week, Jamie?
I hope Diabetic. No, it'll probably be.
It's not gonna.
It'll probably be Georges, but honestly, if Bosco don't shape up, I can't see Bosco being funny. Like, this girl's so down on herself right now. It'll probably be Bosco. Well, I don't know. Producers kept her here.
Honestly, I'm going to say Georgia. I would.
It'll probably be Georgia.
Deja. I think Deja came actually be funny. I think she'll be.
Oh, absolutely.
Deja has not bombed a challenge. She just bombs the runway almost every week. So yeah, Deja. I don't worry for her. Her going home will be, I think, when it gets down to the nitty gritty. But I think that. Or it could be Deja and Georges in the bottom next week. I don't know. But I do feel like Angeria's time for the bottom is coming.
I'm a little nervous for Angeria because she's a pageant girl and she's very polished and stuff. And they're throwing her in a situation where she got to kind of think on her feet and write some funny stuff. And I mean, she's a funny person, but we've seen in previous seasons, the funny girls don't always translate when it comes to this challenge.
Okay. So
I'm nervous for my girl.
Going home, Maya, next week.
I really think Bosco, at this point, she's coming undone. It's not looking good. And even in the challenges where she was praised for being funny, like on the panel, I didn't think she was that funny. So it's like, especially now that her confidence is so shot and she's just really down on herself and really desperate to get back, I could see her going home. And this is going to be a hot take. I think Diabetes is going to do really well. I could see her doing well next week. Because she has
a nasty attitude.
Yeah. She can
but some girls don't know how to be. Some girls confuse being funny with being mean. You know that people.
Who was that girl last year?
I don't remember, but they critiqued
the one that wore the sleeping bag. That Lonnie was like,
Utica.
Bitch, you're rude. Utica.
Yeah.
Baby, Utica got up there and tried to be nasty nice. Oh, it was nasty.
But see, that was different because Utica was trying to be the nice girl act, but she was actually mean and nasty, whereas Diabetes is like, I'm going to say what I want to say, and it is what it is. So I could just see her doing well.
It also depends on the category of the roast, too. Like, who are they roasting, actually?
Ross.
I'm curious to know who they're roasting, too, because sometimes it's Ruth, sometimes it's Michelle, sometimes it's Lady Bunny.
It's Ross.
It's Ross? Oh, it's Ross. Okay, I missed that part. Okay, well, that'd be interesting. He can take some jokes, so we'll see.
Ross is funny, too. Yeah, they need to listen to Ross because Ross can throw out some little jokes. So listen to that girl. Listen to that lady.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, With that being said, we're gonna go ahead and lean out. It was a really good episode. It was like very good dialogue too. I think it was like one of the top ratings in my opinion. Like between drama, the runway kind of let me down, but I like this season, but I feel like this season has missed the mark on many runways, and this was definitely one of them. Yeah. But I also feel like some of the themes haven't really been that great either. Like this one and the heart one, I'm just like, huh? Like I feel like we've had much better runways in the past, and they're running out of ideas at this point.
They just need to start recycling runways.
And the girls are lazy. Some of the girls are kind of lazy. I mean, their mentality of mirror is just metallic, and that's not necessarily mirror. But
did y'all see Alyssa Summers posted her look for what she would have worn for this challenge?
No, I didn't see that.
She literally dressed up as the mirror from Snow White, and so it's this bodice that's gold. She had a mirror of herself, and it's all green, like when the evil queen does mirror, mirror on the wall. Like, look, I'll text you.
I'm about to go look at it.
It's gorgeous. Like, she would have ate that challenge up, and she went home first.
Oh, I
second.
Hold up, I think I just found
it. She ate this challenge the fuck up. She would have embarrassed everybody on there.
Yikes! Well,
sorry, girl. That's what happens. Don't go home second.
Right.
Is that what she went home?
She went home first or second, right?
She?
Yeah,
because she was. Okay.
She
can't pull it up because it is a. I don't have a. Yeah, I can't get it right here, but is.
Text it to Maya. You're gonna gag Maya.
Yeah, look at Alyssa Hunter's Instagram. With that being said, we're gonna lean out. Be sure to like this video. Thank you for watching. Let us know in the comments what you thought about the Rusical and what you thought about the runway and just overall drama in this episode. And who do you think is going home? Let us know in the comments for next week. Who will do well? Y'all have a good rest of y'all Sunday. Thank you, Jamie. Thank you, Maya. Y'all have a good day.
Thank you for having me.
We will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.
Bye.